Hello, it's Natasha at Craft Tour with me. Thank you for joining me today. Today I would like to share with you some ideas to use your cover plate dies or background dies. They are quite expensive, and if you decide to invest in them, you obviously want to make the most of them, right? And I have already shared one. I already have a video where I shared some ideas how to use cover plate dies, and I will leave the link to this video in the end of this one, so make sure to check this if you haven't seen it yet. So Pinkfresh Studio has several absolutely gorgeous cover plate dies. Some of them are layering, for example, Fancy Floral 1, Fancy Floral 2. This is a new folklore die. Then you have Geofloral background and Geoleaf background, and these Geostar dies, which also were part of their October release. So let's see what we can, how we can make the most of them. So first, let's make a card. So I have actually 3 ideas to share with you today, so let's start with the card. And for the card, I'll be using Geofloral. Oh no, I'll be using Fancy Floral 1 and Fancy Floral 2. They're layering cover plate dies, so you absolutely can use them on their own, but you can also layer them, and that's what I'm going to do now. So I have a piece of cardstock which is 11 inches by 4 1/4, so it's just a regular piece of cardstock for an A2 size card, and I'm going to use partial die cutting, and I'm going to die cut the front panel of this cardstock. With partial die cutting, what's important to know is that the die which is not covered by the plate will not cut through the cardstock. So in this case, we need, at the top we have this part of the die that will actually cut through the cardstock. We don't want this to cut, but we want all the other elements to cut through properly. So it's important. So and the size of the die is A2 size, and your cardstock is also already A2 size card for A2 size card. So when you align them, you need to make sure that your cardstock, if it's perfectly inside the die, right? And then we need to make sure that this upper side of the die does not cut through, but all the other elements do cut through. So we need to run it through our die cutting machine with just this upper part not covered by the cover plate, but all the rest of the die covered by the cover plate. Okay, I hope I'm making myself clear, but yeah. So let's run it through our die cutting machine. Okay, so I'm running through our my die cutting machine, and as you see, their die cut through perfectly well. So now we need to fold our card. We just need, as it was initially 11 inches by 4 1/4, so we just score it at 5 1/2. Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, this way, because. And we just fold it and burnish it, and we have our card. I have also already prepared the panel. So this is Fancy Floral 2. I used craft cardstock. So these two dies layer perfectly together. I'm going for neutral colors today, and the ideas that I'm sharing with you today are perfect for a Thanksgiving day, or for any actually fall themed holiday. But obviously you can use other colors. You can go for Christmas palette, and or any other color, or any other colors that will fit your occasion. So I'm going for neutral colors because I have, like, you know, like a full themed. So now we will adhere this, our top panel, and these dies lay perfectly together. Okay. And for the sentiment, I decided to take a piece of vellum, and I die cut the sentiment from cold cardstock using Folk Mandala die, which has this just a note die. So my piece of vellum is obviously bigger than the panel, the A2 size panel. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold my vellum piece. Okay. And I don't really worry at this point. I don't worry that my vellum is you can see it through the so I just fold it. Okay. Then I use tape adhesive. This is how, okay. So I think now is the time to trim our vellum. So the side of our the panel is about 1/4 of an inch. So we're going to leave about 1/4 of an inch border. Okay. Now let's make sure that place it correctly. And now let's just adhere it. So first we'll adhere one side. Oops. And the other one. Okay. And our card is ready. I thought vellum was a good decision here because the background is quite busy, right? And it helps the sentiment stand out, and you can write your sentiment inside. So here, one project is ready for today. Let's move on and let's create a table place card. As I said, this project will be perfect for any autumn family dinner or for Thanksgiving dinner. So I die cut a piece of craft cardstock. It's geofloral background. So I die cut a piece of cardstock. Now let's score it in the middle. So it's regular 5 A2 size, 5 1/2. So let's score it at 2 3/4. Okay. Let's fold it and burnish it a little bit, like so. You can leave it like this, right? But if, for example, if you have a thin cardstock and you know, it might tend to fall down. So to avoid this and to make your table place card more sturdy, we'll create a base for this. So you need a piece of cardstock which is 2 1/2 by 4 1/4, and you score it again. So here we have about 1/4 of an inch border. So you score it at 1/4 of an inch. Oops. Oh, I'll use a different. Yeah, I use this one. So you score it at 1/4 of an inch and 2 1/4. Okay. then we just finish this. Okay, then again we need our tape adhesive. And as I said, you can use different colors, or depending, you know, on the background dyes you have, this might determine the choice of the colors as well. Right, so I'm going for a fall or for autumn. So now we'll just adhere this spot, and then this spot. Okay. All right, so here we have our table placement card. To decorate this, I had this maple leaf die, so I die cut it. You can freehand cut a leaf, or you can use any other basic shape like a circle or a rectangle or square, or any other die that will fit the occasion. A balloon, for example, if it's a birthday themed dinner. So I die cut it. No, before I die cut it, you need to write a name. I don't have alpha stamps, and I can't write. My handwriting is terrible. So what I did, I just printed the name. That's the name of my son. It's spelled in Russian. It's Gleb. So I printed it out on my laser printer and I foiled it. I have a cheap office laminator that I use for my teaching needs, and I just foiled it, and look how lovely it is. So yeah, but obviously if you practice calligraphy, or your handwriting is fine, or maybe you have some stamps, you just and you don't, you know, you can make you can stamp some kind of a sentiment here, like an encouraging sentiment. So I'll cut this away. Okay, and also made, so this is the second one I made. So here you have lovely table placement place cards. Okay, so our second project ready. And for our final project, which is also like a table decoration, again for our autumn dinner. So again, I die cut from chocolate cardstock. I die cut, I think that was yes, that was geo leaf background. So I die cut a piece of cardstock. And now we're going to make a candle cover. To shape our cardstock, it's quite a thick cardstock. To shape it a little bit, I'm just using a tube of paint, sort of to help it take this, you know, shape. So just do it like this, so a few times. And now again, we'll use, of course, for the paper candle cover, you will need a candle that is not real candle, but you will need an electric candle. So I went to local IKEA and I got a pack of 6 candles. You get a pack of 6 candles, and I don't know if you can see it, yeah. And look, how pretty is that? So here we have we have a card, which can be like an invitation to the dinner. Then we have a table place card, and we have a table decoration. So this is another way to stretch your supplies and to make the most of your cover plate dies. And if we look at Pinkfresh Studio dies, for example, you have these Geostar 1 and Geostar 2 dies, which will make a lovely Christmas decoration because of the stars. And if you choose the appropriate colors of cardstock, it will make a perfect Christmas decoration. I hope you like this idea, and I hope you are inspired to give to get your background dyes out and give them a try. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great day and see you again soon. Bye.